Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the part 2 of my previous video. In this video, we are going to configure additional VM storage, upload ISO to XCP-ng, and create Debian VM on it. Let's get started. To create additional storage for VM, we will go into New, Storage, and select the host, then type the name for the storage, choose the storage type, then SSH to the host to list all disks. Then choose which disk we will use. Because I want to create fast storage for VMs, I will choose dev/sda, which is the 240GB SSD installed on the server. Wait, you also need to put a description for the storage. I will tap the description here and click create and click OK. Here we have the high priority local storage added in XCP-ng. Now let's upload the ISO. To upload the ISO file, we need to create a storage for it. So let's go back to the page where we created the additional storage earlier. We will type the storage name, the description, and choose the storage type. Because the storage will be used for storing ISO, we will choose local under ISO SR. Then we will type the path, for example mnt/isos. If you see this page and it shows a valid capacity, you created the storage successfully. Now, upload the ISO by clicking Import, Disk, and select the ISO storage we created earlier. Then, drop the ISO you want to upload. For example, I will upload Debian ISO I downloaded earlier. After your ISO is uploaded, you will see this page. This is where you can see any ISO stored in your server. Now, let's create the VM. Click New VM at the top, then choose our server here. Next, choose the template. Because this is a Debian 12 VM, I will choose Debian 12. I will leave the CPU value unchanged and change RAM value from 2GB to 4GB. Now I will choose Debian ISO, so I uploaded earlier. Choose the network interface that's connected to internet, which is Ethernet 0. The VM disk will be stored in 2TB HDD, so I kept the SR unchanged and change the size to 240GB. After everything is set, click Create and the VM will be launched automatically. To control the VM, click Console and you can control your VM here. In here, I will choose the graphical install option. Now, let's proceed to setting up Debian as usual. Here we will set the language and select the location and then select the local and then the keyboard, and we will wait for a moment until every component is loaded. For the hostname, we will name it Debian VM, and then for the domain we will leave it blank and we will set the root password unchanged, and then we will create the admin account. You can use whatever you want for the full name, the username, and the password. After everything is set, press enter and then configure the time zone. Here we will configure the disk. We will press enter multiple times until we see the screen, and then click yes, continue, and wait for a moment until the basic system installation process is done. And here we will hit continue multiple times, and then we will wait for a moment until apt is configured. In popularity contest part, we'll set it to no and then click continue. Now we are in text cell. I will uncheck DDE and GNOME and we'll check the SSH server and then continue to install additional package including the SSH server. In here we will click yes and then click continue and then just the bottom one. After the installation is finished, click continue to reboot the VM and boot into newly installed Debian VM. And after a few seconds, you can use your new Debian VM, but it's recommended to install guest tools first before doing anything else. That's how to configure additional storage for VM, upload ISO, and install Debian VM in XCP-ng. In next part, we will going to install guest tools and Casa OS in our Debian VM. So don't forget to subscribe for the next part of this video. Thanks for watching.